Okay, so now this is my seventh video that I'm recording, and I want to talk about the things that I learned making 7 videos for YouTube from knowing absolutely nothing about how to make content for YouTube. And I think it was very exciting, but also sitting in front of the camera and talking to a camera is it's not something that I'm used to. So that got a little bit getting used to, but I realized that I really like making content. So I created 4 different kind of content. So the talking head video, I did a coding tutorial and capturing my desktop, and I did a whiteboard video that I wrote about the things that I wanted to talk about on whiteboard. I think that was really cool. And I also did a Manim video, which I created animations using Manim, which is shout out to the 3Blue 1Brown creator for making it open source. And it's just the library to make math videos with Python, which was very interesting. Definitely, it had its own learning curve. But I'm very excited. I get to experience 4 different types of content, and I think all of them have their own places. I needed to install a lot of software and learn a bunch of things about editing and how OBS software works. And it wasn't intimidating at first when you don't have your gear set up and everything going. But 2 things that I learned that are very helpful is that if you can connect your phone to a second screen, it would make your life so much easier, because when you're recording on your phone, you don't, you wouldn't know if you are like in the frame or if something is off. So it's nice to have a tablet that you have your video on. It's nice to have a tablet that you can see yourself in it. Second thing is make sure that your mic is always working and your mic is charged before you start capturing content, because I forgot that my mic is out of charge, and so it went out in the beginning of one of the series that I was recording. So I decided that I'm going to sit down, I'm going to record these videos back to back because they were related to one another. And so my mic went out 6 minutes after I started. So around 15 minutes of my recordings didn't have any voice on, and it was like a talking head video. So it was pretty much useless. And I could see in the footage that my mic went on and it was like blinking red. And I didn't notice it, which is something that can happen. If you can use like a plug-in mic that has a wire, I think that would be better if you can do that. But if you only have these, I think maybe having the second monitor and kind of checking yourself out a few times as you're doing this maybe helps you to catch any problems faster. What else to talk about? I think I am not a very morning person, so kind of arranging the day around capturing my content when you have good light on, it was very difficult. Sitting in front of a window when the light is good didn't really happen, and most of the time I'm doing my videos in the afternoon. So that was one of the hard things. And making good lighting, I haven't captured and figured out how to do that. I definitely need to work more on that. I think the past 7 videos were mostly about me exploring different types of content, and I didn't get to spend enough time on like how to make a really cool thumbnail or how to title your videos something that's exciting. I've worked on my scripts a little bit. I think the part that I get really excited about video making is the script and is the content itself. So I can just spend a lot of time on that, and a little bit, because the capturing and sitting in front of the camera is so out of my comfort zone, postpone that to the last thing. So then I have a lot of content that is kind of ready to go, but it needs narration on it, which is something that I need to work on. It's so interesting how different parts of this process are have different amount of difficulty for me. Content ideas and coding and creating animations is very exciting. But then sitting in front of the camera doing like this is quite challenging. That way, I just sit on a bunch of content that are kind of almost ready, but not really to be put on YouTube. Editing is boring. I found editing quite boring. And I know how to edit faster. I know that I'm not fast enough in editing. And I think the whole thing that people say that you need to create 50 contents before you, like 50 videos before you are ready, is true. I think like the first 50 to first 100 should be practice. But I realized that the animation is the best type of content, and the manual animation is by far my favorite. And it's the easiest for me to make because it's a lot of coding. I can put all of my ideas onto these little clips of video, and then it allows me to record the audio at my own pace. And then because it's not like a talking head, I can do it any time of day. So that might be the type of content that I might gravitate for the channel to go. I really want to have a combination of like this and animation and video capture. So I think that would be the most exciting parts. I also don't know how to do these things. That's just like things appear here. I need to figure that out too. And I'm excited about it. What else? This is the first kind of like vlog type video that I'm doing. So yes, the seventh video is just talking to the camera. Vlog, just heart to heart swim rap. Which this one I did kind of unscripted. I had notes. I think I spent also too much time writing my own script. Which I suggest people to. It's hard to find the line between like how scripted you want to be, because if you're very scripted, then I realize that it's really hard for me to keep on with the script. And sometimes in the middle of reading it, you, after like fifth time, you realize, oh, this sentence is really hard to say. I think writing versus something that you're gonna talk about, it has very different tone. So like too scripted, it's not gonna work. And then you're gonna need a teleprompter. I tried make my own teleprompter, which didn't work really great. Bullet points are better, but then you're going to make a lot of mistakes. So I think it's just practice between what you're comfortable with and what makes the video better. And I think that's why I like the animations better, because I can just talk about that scene and it is going to be short enough that you're not going to forget anything. But like this kind of video that is just going through things, I think going through the bullet point is helpful, but it's still hard. I think that's the whole everything I learned through this process. It was very interesting. I'm very excited to create more videos. So thank you for watching.